Hey everyone, it's Karla Valenzuela. I'm a Sanvi ambassador and a Redken artist, and today I want to show you a very speedy, bouncy curl set. I love this because it takes about 10 minutes and about 9 to 10 curls. So let's get started. First, I'm going to show you how to section the hair. We're only going to be working with 4 sections. For your first section, you're going to want to start by doing a triangle section starting from the corner of the eyes to the back of the head. And this is what it's going to look like. For your second section, you're going to do a C section. That means you're going to literally carve out or draw a C shape starting from the side of this triangle all the way around the ear. So this is what it's supposed to look like. The reason why this curl set is so speedy is because of these big C sections. These big side sections are really going to speed up your time for this curl set. And because it's carved out in a C shape, everything is going to blend and flow without having any splits. Now the back is one big section, and that's where I'm going to start curling. I'm gonna have her put her head back so you can see what it looks like. And it almost creates an M shape. I'm going to start working in the back, and I'm going to use my Sanvia 2-in-1 Marcel iron and curling wand. This has a button that you just press on and you detach the spoon, so now it becomes a wand. But for this curl set, I'm going to use it as a marcel iron. And the reason why you want to work with a bigger iron is because we're looking for a very big bouncy wave, nothing too tight. And also because this is supposed to be a very speedy curl set. So we're only looking for about 9 to 10 curls. So I'm gonna come in, heat up the hair, and when I come in, I don't close the spoon right away because I do not want to create any lines of demarcation. So I just come in here very lightly and have the spoon hover over the section and slightly close it as I'm coming in. So I'm going to go in with a horizontal placement, bring in the hair, and start to open the spoon as I turn the iron. I'm going to let that sit for a few seconds. Horizontal placement, and gently have the iron out. Now I'm going to clip this curl with my Sanvia clip. This has a silicone band, which is so great for curl sets because it does not create any lines of demarcation. This section's pretty wide, so I'm breaking it down into 2 curls. Now I'm moving on to the second row. So come on in horizontally, bring in the iron, and you do a figure 6 curl. Now we are at the back. I'm just going to go ahead and take this big section all into 1 curl. But I am going to make sure that everything is elevated so that she can have as much volume as possible in the back crown area. So bring in the iron, elevate above 90 degrees, and wrap everything in there. Now that the back is done, I'm going to move on to the front and work into these C sections. And this is a lot of hair to work with, So I'm going to make sure that I really heat up the section before I curl it into the curling iron. And everything is going to be directed towards the face. These two C-sections is the reason why this is one of my favorite curl sets to do. Because if you're working on somebody who does not want to lose a lot of length with curls, this is perfect because this area is really going to be more loose and it's not going to shrink up so much, but it's still going to have enough bounce so that she has a voluminous look without it being too short. But because this is a lot of hair in my hand, I'm going to make sure that I heat it up with the iron before I go in and wind it all up. I'm also going to do a diagonal back placement with my iron. And I'm placing my iron above the section so I'm not creating any volume at the base, which is also going to retain her length. So now that it's warm, I'm going to curl it and wind it with a diagonal back placement. That means that if I set a marble on top of the iron, the marble is going to roll back. Now I'm going to come in with my clip and pin it in place. I also love using these clips because of how big they are, so they are perfect when you're clipping back big sections like this. Now I'm going to repeat on the other side. Now that the sides and back is done, I'm going to work on her triangle section, and we want to do a side part. So what I'm going to do is do about just 2 curls, and I am going to part it in a diagonal so that there are no splits and everything will blend. I do want to have maximum volume for these, so I am going to elevate all the way up and come in with my iron. And roll them into an on-base curl for maximum volume. And I am rolling them forward because I want it to have a big swoop. For this last curl, you can decide how much volume you want. So if you want to do on base, that'll give you more volume, or you can also do half on base. It will give you medium volume. And I'm going to pin it. Now I'm going to lock it in with hairspray. And I'm going to wait for them to cool down before I start taking them down. But before I do that, I'm going to do a whole spin around so you can see what it's supposed to look like. Here's the back. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 curls in the back, 6, 7, 8, and 9 curls. Now that they're cooled, I'm going to take them down and I'm going to start brushing them into place. And what I'm going to do is use my Sanvia finishing brush. It's great for brushing out curls or back combing. Let's take them down. Just got this beautiful bounce. Here's my Sanvia brush. I'm just gonna smooth it into place. Brush it, brush it. Don't be afraid to brush out the curls. The more you brush it, the more volume you get. You can also use this finishing brush to back comb by just gently bouncing on the section, and then use the edge of the brush to slightly smooth that down. Now she's ready for a glam night. or a fancy dinner, or maybe you're just ready to take an awesome picture for your Instagram. But she looks super glam. But it was very, very quick to create this curl set. It's not going to take a long time behind the chair, or if you are trying to save some time. So I'm just going to keep looking at it until I see some good balance. So if I really like how this swoop is looking right now, so what I'm going to do is backcomb it a little bit just to get some support in there. And I'm going to use some hairspray to lock in this nice swoop that you're seeing right here. I like to use my spray can to really mark that shape in there and hold it. Wow. Love that big swoop. And you can do more with this. If you want to pin this to the side and put an accessory, you can totally do that. So brush it into place until you're happy. If you want to, you can also give her a side slick back side. And if she's somebody that likes to put her hair behind her ears a lot, you can get a small elastic and gather it in the back, like so. So you can grab all this section and put a little bit of hairspray. And get an elastic tie a little ponytail in there, and you can just release all the other hair. Now she's all done. Looks super glam and bouncy with this nice side swoop. I hope that you enjoyed this. It was super quick and only 9 curls. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.